we we're actually making a difference in people's health. So that's what's exciting to me, and I see all of you as very instrumental, is not only helping people that you come in contact with and helping yourself, but actually hopefully changing healthcare in America.
Awesome. So, Dr. Schneider, when you first seen Veseo, what was the most exciting part to you?
The two things that excited me the most were my two favorite chemicals are melatonin and curcumin, because both of them have so much potential for healing and helping with so many different disease processes. Not only that, but those two particular chemicals actually have the liposomal delivery system, which, you know, part of the great thing about Veseo is we can actually take those and get them into the bloodstream. If you look at most of the time, especially curcumin, which is one of the ingredients in the spice turmeric, it really is not absorbed very well. And that's been a holdback for a lot of the health benefits of this particular chemical. And now with the liposomal delivery system, it is delivered in a way which we're getting very nice blood levels, which means we're able to change people's health. That's probably the two big things. It's the delivery system, the purity of the products, and of course the people.
How that's awesome. So can you touch on a little bit about how, you know, when I was on that conference call with you and Tracy, I thought it was very interesting how, you know, you said that, you know, doing what you've done a lot of, you know, laser surgeries and stuff in your field, but also how you kind of you had this passion and kind of got bored with that, and how you went and got into the anti-aging. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Well, I think that, you know, one of the things I've always been interested in, how can supplements, how can food basically, what we're talking about when we talk about Veseo, for the most part, we're talking about concentrated food. And that's wonderful, because we're not talking about putting isolated chemicals in our body, but most of them are derivatives of food. And we know that that is the most natural thing that we can put in our body, something that is food-based. So most of the things we're looking at are actually food-based. And I think one of my frustrations, Ricky, has been that healthcare in America really has not done a service to many of the patients that we take care of. So much of our training has been write a prescription or do surgery. And I think that what I would like to see Veseo happen, and I think they're gonna take the call, is to have a big impact on allowing people to empower their own health going forward, to really give them the knowledge that they can to help make a difference. And really, one of my biggest frustrations with prevention is that you can't feel it. But if you can educate people, then you can usually motivate people to want to prevent disease. So that's really how I got started. My passion is to empower people to take more initiative in their own health, and the Veseo products allow them to do that. You there, Ricky?
No. Can you hear me, Dr. Schneider?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think there was a little break there.
All right, sorry. I don't know what. The end of that. So, I know there's a lot of talk about curcumin. How big a deal is this ingredient wrapped in liposome? I mean, it could be pretty life-changing for most folks, right? There's a lot of stuff coming out. You told me that you get stuff on curcumin pretty much every day, right?
Yeah, the curcumin research is phenomenal. Curcumin is anti-cancer, it's anti-aging, it is anti-Alzheimer's disease. In fact, it's one of the only chemicals that has been shown to actually dissolve the plaques in the brain that develop with Alzheimer's disease. It's also being used as an anti-cancer chemical as well. you get that, Ricky? You breaking up? Yeah. You there, Ricky?
I don't know what happened. I think I got kicked off. Is it?
Yeah,
Can you hear me,
you're off and
Rob?
on.
Well, I got totally kicked out. I had to totally log back in. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Ricky.
All right. Sorry about that. I got kicked off for like 5 minutes and I had to log back in. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this problem. I'm sorry about that, Dr. Schneider. So I know I asked you a question about curcumin. How big do you see, you know, I'm pretty sure that, actually not pretty sure, I know that Viseo is pretty much the first company, not only, I know it's the first company in network marketing space, but also the first company to track multiple nutrients in liposomal and digest, and also enzyme delivery. They're going to be coming out with a third delivery technology that's even more potent than liposomal. So how big do you see not only this company getting, but also how big of an impact do you see this having in people's health going forward?
Well, I think that, you know, there's a couple things. Number one, scientifically, if we can deliver the nutrients to the blood, that means that they can get into the areas that we want them to work. So that's critical. That means they work. That means you're actually going to see a result. Number two, if you are first to the market with liposomal technology, number one, you will have success. That's what's going to make the most difference in all of our clients that we work with. But also, it really allows for you to have an edge when it comes to telling people that this stuff works and it works differently than any other product.
And that's because of the difference is that no one else has the absorption factor. And, you know, as a medical doctor, what I come across talking to medical doctors like yourself, a lot of times they don't get behind nutritional products because they are smart enough to know they're not highly absorbed like phytonutrients in the body, right?
Correct. Yeah, they really are not. Curcumin is horribly absorbed, actually. So if you decide you want to take a powdered turmeric or a curcumin tablet, it really is not absorbed very well at all.
So after, you know, switching gears a little bit, you met Daniel and you have some background in network marketing, being on, you know, a board before. After you met Daniel, talked to Dallin, seeing this company, what was your take from what you've seen corporate-wise from the company?
What I've seen corporate-wise from the company when it comes to myself being a scientist is potential for growth. Now, the products are already great. They are, but I see so many more products down the road with this company. And that's important. And I'll tell you why it's important. You know, most of us are going to have great success with almost all of the products. Now, you'll notice I didn't say all of the products. I didn't. I wish I could, but it's just not that way. So when you have multiple products to offer your clients, you're going to find that some of them have great success with one, but not with another. And that is okay. I'll give you a little analogy. If some of you out there have had you've had great results with the V3 or the V Slim or with Renew or with Sleep, but not all of your clients are having good results. The thing for you to remember is that everybody responds differently. And so if one product might not be right for them, another one will be.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, and maybe you can back me up on this. I was talking to a lady last night, and and I asked her a series of questions. She said, "I don't feel any different off of Core Complete." Well, I said, "Do you eat organic?" And she said, "No, I don't eat too healthy. I skip a lot of meals." And I said, "Well, you already just told on yourself. I mean, Core Complete, you're not always going to feel something, but you are giving your body what it's not getting, the nutritional gaps. And it's not always, just like you said at the beginning of this, it's not about what you feel, it's about the education, right? And what our body actually, right?
Yep, absolutely. And that's my frustration. I mean, all of you know that you can't really feel what cancer you prevented that day. You can't feel the fact that your vessels did not get a little bit thinner and causing higher degree of cardiovascular disease. You can't feel when those things don't happen. That's called prevention. And you cannot feel prevention. And that's really where education comes in, Ricky. When you tell someone about Core Complete, you need to tell them, hey, this is not a product where you're going to feel like you just took a pep pill. And that's okay, but it has to be supplemented, and I believe supplemented with something that will make them feel different. And usually that's either a V3 or a neuro. Obviously, sleeping makes everybody feel good. So I encourage everybody to consider sleep.
Well, I mean, just like I told her, I said, look, I give it to my 8 and 10-year-old. I don't expect them to feel a difference. I'm giving it to them because I know it's good for them, right? And I went in more in depth. Some people say, I haven't lost any weight off these slim. Well, either have I. But guess what? I haven't gained weight either. Usually I'm on this yo-yo diet, meaning I'll eat really bad, I'll gain 5 pounds, and then I go and starve myself and eat really clean. What I've noticed from V-Slim, and I asked her, I said, have you gained any weight since you started V-Slim? And normally, if you ate like that, would you? And this is where I think we're missing a lot of times, because V-Slim has actually kept me from actually gaining that 4 or 5 pounds from eating bad. So it's not about what it actually, if you've lost a lot of weight, are you staying at where you're at? And I'm not encouraging people to go eat bad, but that's just my personal story.
Yeah, I think that's well said. And I think that part of it is patience as well. I've had some clients that have said, hey, I just haven't found much success. And I will tell them to, I'll give them some tips regarding some of their diet. But also it's a very, very safe thing to take. And I will say, why don't you try it twice a day for several days and then go back to just once a day? And I think sometimes we just need to jumpstart our metabolism a little bit before we see the results.
Yeah, and as a medical doctor, you can take V-Slim all you want, but if you're eating fried chicken and cinnamon buns and dessert all day, don't expect, this is not a miracle pill, right? You can't go out and eat 4,000 calories in a day and expect to lose a pound.
No, that's part of the educational process here is, when you take V-Slim, you really need to listen to your body because your body will actually say, I don't feel hungry. Now, because of the way we're wired and because of behavior, a lot of times we just don't listen to our bodies. And so we say, hey, it's 6 o'clock, it's time to eat. And so really part of it, I think, is educating people to say, hey, listen to your body and allow that to dictate what you eat. And of course, we always encourage healthy snacks like vegetables and nuts and plenty of hydration as well.
Yeah, it's true. So any closing information or thoughts or anything that you feel in your heart that you maybe want to encourage this group or you want someone to hear?
What I would probably say, it relates to exactly what you just talked about, Ricky. When you have someone try a product and they don't necessarily feel different, I need to encourage all of you to do not lose heart because you can't feel prevention. Luckily, there are enough products in this lineup that you're going to be able to find someone who finds definite health benefits from at least one of the products. It's sort of like most of us know, genetically we are so different, Ricky. I mean, our genes dictate. Really what we're doing when we take these products, we are taking our genes and we're bathing them in these nutrients. And some of us need these nutrients more than others do. That's why we respond differently. It's sort of a case in point, and I don't mean to sound morbid, but some of us know people that have had cancer. And we also know that they got the same chemotherapy, and one of them is totally cancer-free and the other one is not. Now, why was there a difference? It's the same thing. Everybody responds differently. So don't lose heart when you have a product which does not work as you suspect that it should work. It's just to say, hey, it's okay, and then move on to a product that they are going to respond to.
Yeah, and it's really safe to say also, I mean, from a lot of my research and sitting with doctors like yourself, a lot of the way we feel and a lot of the issues we have in our body first starts with one of your favorite products, the Renewing, which is inflammation. I mean, the body, if you're inflamed, you're sitting on top of a stovetop, you're not going to get all the other benefits you're looking for until you get the inflammation down. Is that correct?
Well said. In fact, if you look at every disease, and Ricky, I mean that, every disease, whether it's cancer, whether it's cardiovascular disease, all of these have to do with inflammation. And we're finding that more and more. And one of the most potent anti-inflammatories is curcumin. So that's why I like Renew. People feel different on it. And it's great when your joints don't ache anymore. But the beauty of Renew is that not only is it changing your joints so you feel better, it's actually doing things sort of invisibly that are really healthy for our brain, our heart, and the rest of our body as well.
Yeah. And what's so powerful, what I've noticed, and just even yesterday, I'll share a story with you. Maybe lastly, you can touch on this. I signed a guy up that I grew up with yesterday, came over to the house. He's been dealing with anxiety so bad that he clenches his jaws and grinds his teeth. His anxiety is so bad. Well, here's what I did. He came over. I said, hey, if you come over here, not only will I know this will help you, I know it'll help you pretty immediately. And that's just because I've sat down with so many people. I've watched it help people so many in different areas. So I gave him 2 squirts of sleep, middle of the day. I gave him 2 neuros. I mean, he signed up, bought a package, but then I opened his product. And then I gave him 4 squirts of Renew, and he took Core Complete. Literally in less than 8 minutes, he stopped clenching his jaws and his anxiety left that fast. And this guy's tried pharmaceutical drugs, and that fast our products got in his system and he wasn't clenching his jaws. And he called me at least 4 times after he left here and couldn't believe that just happened to him.
Well, that's the beauty of being in this business, because if we can deliver these kind of nutrients, which are pure, they're GMO, they are healthy, they're very non-toxic, you can change people's lives. And I mean, how did that make you feel, Ricky?
I mean, I say it all the time. A lot of people don't believe you. It's better than the money aspect. And as you go out and share this more and more and more, what happens is your belief goes up and you can share it with anybody, because really you start to really see, and you do every day on a larger scale, but I see how much people are hurting physically first and foremost. And then if you have a solution financially, it's a very powerful vehicle. And that's why I'm not ashamed, because I know this vehicle can touch and change and almost instantaneously in their health. I mean, just like I seen yesterday. That's why it's very easy for me to go out and share this.
Yeah, well said. I agree.
So thank you, Dr. Schneider. I know your time is very, very important. Like I said, very honored and blessed, and I just love your heart, and I feel very excited about the future. Not only that, every time you're in front of a room, it's an honor to hear your heart and how well you're spoken. And Mario and Deb and Melanie and Cindy Jacob, all of them and Jerry Linder, that team that you're on is exploding, and with some wonderful people, and you're one of them. And we thank you for your time this morning and taking out your busy schedule to speak into these people's lives.
My pleasure. Happy to help. It really is. This is a lot of fun. If you're new to this business, get to know your teammates, because not only are you changing lives, but you are going to get so much out of this. So yeah, it's been fun. I get to sort of get to know all of my old friends again, and now we've got this mutual goal of changing people's health. So take care, Ricky. It's my pleasure. Have a great rest of the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Schneider. All right. So guys, you heard right there from a medical doctor, very well respected in the community. He's pretty renowned in Jacksonville. I mean, I grew up seeing him on the TV. He's very well known here. And not only that, not only is you heard his heart in what we have here, and how he said to Daniel, I don't really think you know what you have here, how big this is going to be. And I do, because I see it every day. But this is a medical doctor who's going to go out and share this business, and currently is sharing this products and the opportunity, because he knows how big it's going to be. He signed up at the largest package. He went out there and started giving it to all his people that he knew, because he knew how powerful it is. Look, guys, after I see it over and over every day, just like when Chris Rutland came over here yesterday, clenching his jaws down, couldn't even hardly speak because his anxiety was so bad. And literally 7 minutes later, he was totally relaxed and the anxiety was gone. I didn't give him a pharmaceutical drug. I gave him a product from Viseo. And if a product from Viseo can happen in 7 minutes, then what I would tell you, get over yourself. I mean, honestly. I'm going to speak very, very, maybe offensive. I don't really, look, my job is to offend you, to go out and inspire you to do something. Look, I decided I was going to go on a run. These businesses are built on runs, either 30 days or 90 days. I've sponsored, and this might scare you, I've sponsored over 240-something people in this business in the last almost 3 years, because I believe in this profession first and foremost. If you don't have the mindset with belief, you won't go out and share it. This is why self-development is so important for your success. If you don't have belief, you're not going to go share it with people. So last Thursday, I decided I was going to go out and sponsor 30 people. I've sponsored 10 people. Did I talk to 10 people and every 10 of them came in? No. I've talked to about 60 or 70 people, because I have the belief of Viseo. Look, every single one of you have the same opportunity, you have the same products, you have the same timing, you have the same team, you have the same leverage. It's up to you to go out and share it. I know these products change lives. I see my son come home unrehearsed and I shoot a video, and what does he say in that video? It helps him focus. It helps him relax. It's changed his life. That's my son. It's my son. How many, and listen to this, guys, I said yes to Viseo because of the opportunity, not because of neuro. When I said yes to Viseo, I didn't even know what products they were going to have. Understand this for a second. There's going to be a lot of people that you're going to go share this with that are going to say yes for the opportunity, but they're going to have a story like my son. Do you understand? Because I was tired of what I was doing, but I said yes because of opportunity. Now my son's life is radically changed off of these products. My son takes a V3 every morning. He takes 2 Neuros every morning. He takes Core Complete every morning, and he takes 2 squirts of Renew. That's my 10-year-old son, and he's a different kid. So what I'm trying to convey the message, if you want your team to duplicate, because I see who's on here, these are the people that's stuck in here that have the grit and want to build a business. If you want your team to duplicate, you do what you're asking them to do. They're not going to go out and do if you're not doing what you want them to do, right? Look, I admire people like Kylene, Lisa, Dr. Sebastian that keep on recruiting. They keep on recruiting. They keep on sharing. And most of the part of that is they have belief in Viseo, right? They know that these products are going to change their life first and foremost. And then there's a financial aspect to that, right? Look, I've talked to other people. Well, this person didn't have success. Here's what happens. People say yes to be an entrepreneur, but they don't say yes to what the daily activity of being an entrepreneur is. So people are going to come in this business and they're not going to have success, and it's not your fault. They said yes to the lifestyle entrepreneurship. They want what that has. They want the freedom of what network marketing can give them. But when the daily activities of being an entrepreneur, which is sacrifice, being coachable, being consistent, and focus. All that stuff comes in play. They don't want the lifestyle of the entrepreneur. I mean, they don't want the daily activities of the life of the entrepreneur, but they want the lifestyle, but they're not willing to do the sacrifice. Guys, there's about 5 things in this business that'll make you successful, and it's mindset. Secondly, is coachable. Third is being consistent and focused, and then sacrifice. And them 5 things, I can guarantee you, if you do it and you go out and share this opportunity with massive amount of people, it's not going to be a couple of people. I promise you, you will have success. I promise. Look, you go into recruiting, because I always talk about recruiting because that's my best attribute. That's the best thing I'm good at. And it's honestly the thing that is only thing that's going to build your business, but also is going to be the only thing that will cause massive momentum in your business, but also massive results in your business. And the reason why I'm talking about it is the only way you're going to grow a team to get to your freedom. And the thing about it is, the way you're going to get there is talking to a lot of people. It's not just talking to a couple people, and it's following a system. But don't emotionally attach yourself to the outcome. I don't care if they don't want to do it. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to the next person that is looking, that is praying for better health and better wealth and more time freedom in their life, which I believe anyone out there is looking. So if you show it to them properly, that they will say yes to this profession. And when the ones that do say yes to the profession, they're saying yes to what that more is, but then it's a process. Are they going to say yes to what it takes on a daily basis to be successful? Look, any kind of business, I don't care if it's network marketing or if it's real estate or if it's building houses or if it's a chiropractor, it is a sacrifice to be successful. And Sebastian, give me a thumbs up. Jerry Linder, you can give me a thumbs up. It's sacrifice to build that business. You have to do the daily activities of entrepreneur to be successful. So my thing, guys, is if you want to be successful here for the long term, if you want to grow a massive team, it's not talking to one person a week. If you want to do it that way, it's slow and painful, and it will bother your mind immensely if you try to do it that way. But if you talk to a large group of people every week, here's the key: talk to 3 new people every day for a year, and I promise you'll be successful. But if you talk to 1 or 2 people every week, you're probably going to find at least one negative person out of them 2 people that's going to mess with this. And if you're not feeding this, then your own mind's going to take you out from only talking to 2 people and one of them being negative. But here's what happens. When you talk to 3 new people every day and you start this funnel like this, if you look at this list here, I got 100 people that I'm talking to right now that I'm showing the business to in this past week. I got 10 of them. I got 10% of them. But I got a funnel here of people that I'm following up with for the next 20 days, whatever the day is. My goal is 30 by the end of April 30th, because I'm not going to ever tell you guys to go out and do something that I'm not going to do. So the lifeblood of this business is recruiting people. You want your team to duplicate, you go out and do what you're asking them to do. But also what happens from that is you have a beautiful team just like you guys that are out there and that really have gained a fulfillment. And also, not only that, you gain a family, and then you see stuff like yesterday, or you see like when I don't even rehearse for my son and the stuff he says in that video. I left that video, guys, and I walked to my room crying like a baby because for 5 years, I took my son to psychologists, I took him to psychiatrists, I took him to naturopathic doctors, I took him to, I don't know, Sebastian can help me, this lady that takes food out of him. I tried everything, where they take wheat from him one day, chicken from him next day. I tried everything. And I realized at that moment, my son not only is doing good in school now because of Aseo, but he's a different kid. He walks around the house crying. And 4 years ago, my son looked in the mirror and we were in the bathroom with him and said, I wish God didn't make me. This is a 6-year-old, my son, saying that he wished he wasn't alive. And now my son is a different kid because of Aseo. So I just encourage you guys, go out there and recruit, because there's people like myself that no one ever approached with network marketing. Get that for a minute. No one ever approached me with network marketing. There's other people out there like myself, not only with their son, but also that wants a life-changing opportunity like myself and my wife, that you could go out and share this with, that could radically change your life and so many other people's. So guys, I love you guys. God bless. And I'm sorry if I got a little heated, but I know the lifeblood of this business is recruiting new people so you can gain your freedom, and we can all travel the world together and really impact and leave a legacy. So I love you guys. God bless. Don't let fear stand in the way of your purpose, and be relentless.